Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a topic often surrounded by confusion and unrealistic promises, the idea that one vitamin can make your penis hard instantly. While no vitamin works like a switch, there is one nutrient that plays a powerful and scientifically backed role in male sexual performance. Vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, when we talk about male performance, confidence, and sexual vitality, people often jump straight to external solutions, pills, supplements, shortcuts, and quick fixes. But the truth is that none of those work sustainably unless the foundation inside the body is strong. And one of the most powerful internal foundations for sexual health is testosterone. Testosterone is the hormone that supports libido, stamina, energy, muscle strength, mood stability, and of course, the ability to achieve and maintain a strong erection. What many people don't realize is that testosterone doesn't just fluctuate randomly. It responds to the body's environment, lifestyle, and nutrient levels. And among the many nutrients the human body depends on, vitamin D stands out as one of the most important for regulating natural testosterone levels. In fact, researchers now view vitamin D not just as a vitamin, but almost like a hormone in itself because of how deeply it influences various systems inside the body. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in the endocrine system, the body's hormone network. Studies show that men with low vitamin D almost always tend to have lower testosterone compared to men with healthy vitamin D levels. This connection isn't a coincidence. Vitamin D receptors are present in the testes where testosterone is produced. When vitamin D levels are optimal, these receptors function efficiently, allowing the test to produce more testosterone and maintain a healthy hormonal balance. When vitamin D is low, these receptors underperform and testosterone production slows down. This is one of the reasons men who work long indoor hours rarely get sunlight or live in regions with limited sun exposure often experience weak libido, low energy, irritability, or erectile problems without even realizing the cause. Another important dimension of this connection is that testosterone itself isn't just a sex hormone. It influences almost every aspect of male vitality, mental health, physical endurance, muscle strength, fat distribution, and motivation. When testosterone drops, everything slows down. Even confidence is affected. Low vitamin D can create a ripple effect. Your mood drops, your energy fades, your sleep gets worse, your stress increases, and all of that eventually affects sexual performance. Many men mistakenly assume that their issues are psychological or age-related, when in reality, a simple vitamin D deficiency may be weakening their hormonal foundation. The interesting part is that vitamin D deficiency is one of the most common deficiencies in the world. Millions of men walk around with suboptimal levels without noticing because the symptoms develop gradually. But one of the strongest indicators is reduced libido and weaker erections. This is because testosterone doesn't just influence the desire for sex, it also affects the physical process of getting an erection. Testosterone helps regulate nitric oxide production, which is essential for initiating the chemical signals that tell blood vessels in the penis to relax and fill with blood. When testosterone is low, these signals become weaker and less reliable, making it harder to achieve firmness or maintain it. There's also a significant relationship between vitamin D, testosterone, and overall metabolic health. Men with low vitamin D often experience slower metabolism, increased fat around the belly area, and higher inflammation levels, all of which further drive testosterone down. It becomes a cycle. Low vitamin D reduces testosterone, low testosterone increases fat storage, and higher fat storage suppresses testosterone even more. This cycle affects sexual performance as well because excess belly fat disrupts hormone balance and reduces blood circulation to the lower body. Many men notice improvements in energy, mood, and sexual function simply by correcting a vitamin D deficiency, even without taking any performance-enhancing supplements. What makes vitamin D truly remarkable is how accessible it is. Sunlight is the primary natural source. Just a few minutes of sun exposure each day can significantly boost vitamin D levels. But modern lifestyles have moved people indoors. Long work hours, screen heavy routines, and limited outdoor activity prevent the body from making enough vitamin D through sunlight. Add pollution, darker skin pigmentation, and seasonal shifts into the equation, and it becomes even harder to maintain healthy levels naturally. This is why more and more men are beginning to discover that something as basic as a vitamin deficiency has been holding them back from their best physical and sexual performance. Another factor worth understanding is how vitamin D interacts with stress hormones. When the body is under stress, cortisol levels rise. High cortisol suppresses testosterone production. Vitamin D, however, helps regulate the adrenal glands and maintain a healthier hormonal balance. So when men raise their vitamin D levels, they often experience improvements in stress resilience. Lower stress means better testosterone function and stronger sexual desire. It also means improved sleep, which is another vital contributor to testosterone production. Most of the body's testosterone is released during deep sleep, and vitamin D helps support the natural sleep-wake cycle. Better sleep equals higher testosterone, and higher testosterone equals better performance. Scientific research also shows that men who correct a vitamin D deficiency often report feeling more motivated, more energetic, and more emotionally stable. These changes are not separate from sexual health. They directly contribute to it. A man's sexual performance is deeply influenced by his overall vitality. When he feels strong, confident, and energized, his sexual function naturally improves. Testosterone is the bridge that connects all these parts of male health. And vitamin D is one of the main drivers behind healthy testosterone production. In summary, vitamin D doesn't work like an instant pill, but it strengthens the hormonal engine that drives male performance. By supporting testosterone production, enhancing libido, improving mood, increasing energy, and helping the body respond better to stress, vitamin D becomes one of the most powerful nutrients for men who want to restore or enhance their sexual vitality. When this foundation is strong, everything else, from desire to erection quality, becomes stronger and more consistent. When we look at the physiology of an erection, everything comes down to one core element: blood flow. The ability of a man to achieve and maintain an erection is essentially a reflection of how well blood can circulate through the arteries and fill the chambers of the penis. If the blood vessels are healthy, flexible, and responsive, the body can quickly redirect blood whenever sexual arousal occurs. But when circulation is weak or blood vessels are damaged, the body struggles to respond, no matter how strong the desire or stimulation may be. This is where vitamin D becomes deeply important. While it is often associated with bone strength, immunity, or mood health, vitamin D also plays a crucial role in maintaining the health of the entire velar system, the network of arteries and veins responsible for carrying blood throughout the body, including to the penis. Vitamin D supports the production and function of nitric oxide, a molecule that is essential for initiating an erection. Nitric oxide acts as a signaling messenger that instructs the smooth muscles in blood vessel walls to relax, widen, and allow more blood to flow through. Without sufficient nitric oxide activity, the process that triggers an erection becomes weak or inconsistent. Many men who struggle with erectile issues are not aware that their bodies are failing at this early biochemical step. Vitamin D helps enhance this mechanism by regulating the cells in the lining of blood vessels. When vitamin D levels are healthy, the inner lining of blood vessels becomes more flexible, more elastic, and more capable of expanding when needed. This flexibility is vital for achieving a firm and reliable erection. Another important aspect is inflammation. Inflammation acts like friction inside the blood vessels. When inflammation is high, the arteries become stiff, narrowed, or damaged. This makes it harder for blood to travel smoothly, and even small blockages can disrupt the flow needed for an erection. Vitamin D has strong anti-inflammatory properties. It helps calm down chronic inflammation, especially the kind that accumulates silently over years due to stress, poor sleep, unhealthy diet, lack of exercise, or underlying health imbalances. When vitamin D reduces this inflammation, the cardiovascular system functions more efficiently. Blood flows with greater ease, pressure stabilizes, and the risk of vascular complications decreases. For men, this translates into smoother, stronger, and more responsive erections. Vitamin D also helps regulate calcium in the bloodstream. While calcium is essential for many functions, excess calcium can harden and stiffen arteries, a process known as calcification. Stiff arteries are less able to expand, making it more difficult for the penis to fill with blood during arousal. Vitamin D ensures calcium is used correctly by the bones instead of being deposited into the artery walls. This protective effect keeps blood vessels more youthful and flexible, promoting better circulation throughout the body and more dependable erectile function. There is also a strong connection between vitamin D, heart health, and sexual health. Cardiologists often say that the penis is like a window into the overall health of the cardiovascular system. Because the blood vessels in the penis are smaller and more sensitive than other arteries, they often show signs of vascular problems earlier than the heart or brain. If a man is experiencing weak erections, it may be an early sign that his blood vessels are becoming less efficient. Vitamin D supports heart and vascular health by reducing blood pressure, strengthening the heart muscle, improving cholesterol balance, and boosting overall circulation. When the cardiovascular system is healthy, sexual performance naturally benefits because erections rely entirely on this same system. Research has found that men with low vitamin D levels are significantly more likely to experience erectile dysfunction than men with adequate levels. This isn't just a coincidence. Vitamin D deficiency is linked to poor endothelial function. The performance of the cells lining blood vessels. These endothelial cells are responsible for releasing nitric oxide and maintaining smooth blood flow. When vitamin D is low, endothelial cells weaken, their signaling becomes impaired, and the arteries become less responsive. This results in slower blood flow to the penis and difficulty achieving full firmness. When men improve their vitamin D levels, these cells begin functioning more effectively, leading to better quality erections. Vitamin D also plays a role in reducing oxidative stress. Oxidative stress occurs when free radicals damage the cells of the blood vessels. Over time, this weakens the entire circulatory system and slows down the body's ability to deliver blood rapidly during arousal. Vitamin D acts like a shield, protecting blood vessel cells from this damage. By reducing oxidative stress, the arteries stay healthier, more elastic, and more capable of supporting the rapid blood flow changes needed for a strong erection. Another benefit of vitamin D is its impact on energy and stamina. Blood flow doesn't just affect sexual performance, it influences overall vitality. When circulation improves, the entire body feels more energized. Muscles receive more oxygen, the brain becomes sharper, and physical performance rises. This creates a positive cycle. Better circulation supports better sexual function, and improved sexual performance boosts confidence, mood, and physical drive. Men who correct vitamin D deficiencies often report not only stronger erections, but also increased endurance, enhanced physical activity levels, and improved emotional well-being, all of which combine to enhance their sexual experience. One often overlooked point is how vitamin D influences insulin sensitivity. Poor insulin function can damage blood vessels and reduce circulation. Vitamin D helps regulate insulin and blood sugar levels, protecting the vascular system from the harmful effects of high glucose. Healthier blood vessels mean better blood flow and stronger erectile responses. All of these mechanisms show that vitamin D doesn't act like a sudden instant performance booster. Instead, it strengthens the entire circulatory and vascular foundation that erections depend on. It helps the arteries relax more effectively, supports nitric oxide production, reduces inflammation, prevents calcification, protects blood vessels from damage, and enhances overall cardiovascular performance. When these systems function smoothly, erections become more reliable, stronger, and easier to achieve. In essence, vitamin D supports the body's natural ability to deliver blood efficiently and powerfully, making it one of the most important nutrients men can maintain for long-term sexual health and performance.